This is DeFi 2.0. So, actually, you know what? Like, this is going to, even though after lunch people say that people's brains get a bit more sort of slowed down because they've had some food, and this is going to be really kind of where we're going to get into the heavy lifting. But it's so crazy because you're just not going to believe what you're going to see. Now, in order to understand what this is, hang on. Now remember the other slide we showed earlier where you didn't have to understand SMTP or POP for using email. Gmail was delivered to you. Google made Gmail so that you didn't have to do any configurations on your email. Even though you lost all rights to your emails, it was now able to be scanned by Google. You handed it over because it was easy. So understanding tech is overrated if you just want to use it. But if you want to be fully empowered around tech, and now that tech itself has become money. So remember, money equals power. So it's shifting from, hang on, tech is one of those things for my geeky friends to play around with, to hang on, tech is actually money, and money is actually power, and other people have all the money and all the power, and they've got a plan that they wrote up that I struggle when I read it. Is that what's going on? So maybe if I got some more money and got some more power, I could start playing a different kind of game here. Well, or maybe I just want to go to the hills in Brazil and just have beehives like that other guy and just check out. Because you're like, you know, like, this game, it sounds like it might be dangerous. I don't know, like what if you start playing and somebody finds out, you step on someone's toes and you make too much money? What if you make too much money? Barnaby said that I can make as much money as I want. No, I don't know about that. Maybe I just want like a little bit of money. Maybe you just want like what's a little bit? Like, you know, you just go, I just want to have that bit of money. But because this stuff, liquidity pools, LP, liquidity pools, it's just what it sounds like. Notice that all the terminology around money uses aquatic references. Cash flow, banks along the edge of the river, currency, the current, liquidity pools. It's where the liquid, break everything down. It's all there right in front of you all the time. So you need to have liquidity in order to do trading. Obviously, like if I've got like, okay, let's pull it out. That was pretty fun earlier. We'll grab that big wad of cash, because that's what everybody in the world wants. Like, where is it? Hang on. So if I've got all this cash here, this is non-functional. You put me on a desert island, this has zero ability to do anything. You would use it for firewood. You would use it for starting your fire at night. And maybe one day you will. You know, they're printing like 1 trillion a month or something of this stuff. So there you go, they're printing it. But at the moment, you really want it because you can trade with it. That means it has liquidity. And when you pool the liquidity, if you have two trading pools, how do you think they can trade between euros and US dollars, between pesos and US dollars? Because they have these liquidity pools where there's a lot of capital and people can trade in and out. You need to have the equal amounts. That's the liquidity pool. It's an equal amount on both sides of the trade. If you don't have the same amount on both sides, you can't do the trade. That's what this means. Now, then we're going to add into this game theory, because what people in crypto love is they love playing games. Have you noticed? All of this originated from these like games people were playing online, playing these video games. And then this very fascinating thing called the prisoner's dilemma, which is the 3-3. So in the prisoner's dilemma, if you capture two people and put them in a cell, if they both cooperate together, both of them do better. If they turn each other in, they both actually do worse. They've done all these psychological studies and social research, etc., and that's how the results go. So this has become a meme. You've never seen this meme before, this 3,3. A few people have seen it, those who are deeply across all this kind of stuff, because it means cooperation. That's what 3-3 means now. But isn't it interesting how many other times we've seen 3, 3? We're not talking about that stuff though. So this is 3, 3. Cooperation. We're on the same team. I'm going to back up your liquidity. You're going to back up my liquidity. And together we'll be fully liquid, even though we won't liquidate. That's actually what it means. The 3, 3 means we're going to back each other's liquidity, but we won't liquidate. And if you go behind my back and you sell, you're not playing my game and I don't like you, even though I don't know you because it's all anonymous. It's all anonymous. You're playing a game with millions of people. And the first one to do it like this was Olympus DAO. And then you just go to chainlist.org and type into the search Phantom Network or Avalanche AVAX, and up comes the button to connect and puts automatically the codes into your Ethereum MetaMask wallet, switches out Ethereum, puts in Avalanche. But then you want to be careful, right? Because what if this has been compromised? Do you think that they might want to compromise you? Who's the they? Who are all these people online? In all the Discord channels, the Telegram network, all the Telegram chats, and even these sites, they make it so easy. But you might want to go and double check the code yourself, the settings. Maybe you want to start double checking everything. You just get the settings and then you go to the source, like you go to Binance Smart Chain. You go to Binance and they've got the settings on their page, which you can copy, but you can go and check them and reference them here. This is like the shortcut to just reconfiguring your MetaMask wallet like that in an instant. If you can send an email, you can reconfigure your MetaMask wallet. Oh dear, too much. I don't know, because we're getting into stupid town. And so I think we've got 5 minutes or so before lunch. And if somebody has a question for me at this point, I'm happy to answer them.
Good.
Appreciate all the different kind of surveys platform. Curious, you to my ignorance here, but converting US dollars to stable coins. I understand decentralized platforms, but are there ways to go in and out of US dollar to stable coins without KYC?
I'll be covering the exchange of fiat somewhat. I've got a section today, I already mentioned about the exchanges and how to buy your tacos with your crypto. That's what this question is about. It's about how can you, listen to the question. How can I get in and out of this without anybody knowing it was me? So if that was easy, a lot more people would be doing it. So these are technicalities that have powerful ramifications that are not straightforward, especially if you happen to be a US citizen. I, of course, am blessed with not being one. So I have not dug so deeply into that because I did not need to. But I have plenty of US friends and people I work with and my business partners, etc. So I know it's very important. And in all these years, no, we haven't found any access. So, we have another question, another point.
Zoom group. For someone who's very excited about all of this, but feels a little helpless over hearing all this information, what is the recommendation for a 3-step process to be able to make this information practical to start earning money while I sleep?
So I can't give any advice. I told you all that this was stupid and that you shouldn't do it from the beginning, because basically just coming and listening to me speak is risky, very risky, because you haven't tried any of this. I don't know to what extent you've touched upon any of this. If you haven't even bought your first Bitcoin yet, oh my God. If you haven't even touched MetaMask yet, if you haven't even gone onto Telegram or Discord or watched 10 videos at least on YouTube about this topic, how could you possibly be contemplating what is the right simple 3 steps? Even though it's such a good question. And remember that slide about the emotional state of, my emotional state, I just want money. Isn't it just screaming in the background? Don't you just hear it there all the time? I just want money. I just want the money. So this is a deeply contemplative thing to consider. However, there is a YouTube video on every 30 seconds I've been talking. A whole video on every 30 seconds I've been talking. That goes for an hour. I've given you enough information to last you, well, it's ridiculous to say even say 1 year. This is so ridiculous. So you would need to start with informing yourself deeply. And that shortcuts are usually don't end very well. We have another question.
That the work that thinking about the like diet.
Trading View and Lux Algo?
Okay, so that's like at maybe.
No, because more than 90% of people lose money trading.
You know what that's probably.
Yes, people don't know how to do that sort of stuff. They get too excited and they'll turn it off. Because when you make 20x on that first trade and you go, wow, I'm better than the bot, yeah, you'll probably turn it off. This is very strange. Lux Algo. Now, we're about to have lunch now. Everything, I'm actually going to be sending a cheat sheet of videos to all of you. You'll have a video list to watch, whether you watch them or not, I don't know. You'll have access to the slides, whether you'll go back through them or not. And most of all, you'll probably be like, I really need someone's hand to hold because this is freaking electric. And then I would be just like Bushido, like, yeah, just good luck with that. Because this is very, very tricky. And when you have whole populations that are knocking on the door, there's a lot to be done. How much can you have a look? Now you're wondering, surely, how much can I check into this stuff? Well, guess what? You can go to DBank. Over on DBank, you can type in any particular platform. This is Shiba, and it will show you every wallet holder. Look how much is the deposits here. And this one here, this is the #1 holder according to, they own 6.25%. And that is 106 million. That's what it showed. And when we click on, that's the wallet, that's a person's wallet inside the Shiba ecosystem. I don't know them, it's anonymous. It doesn't have Joe Smith written there. I'm just checking it. You can check it. You can go to DBank. You can look up the biggest wallet holder in any platform. And they own $104 million in Ethereum assets on this one wallet address. And these are all the tokens that they own. You can just go through the list and you can click on it. They own some Hex, not much.
Good.
And you can just keep diving deeper and deeper into this. And then there are other tools like DApp Radar. So there's DBank, DApp Radar, and you can come in here and check everything. You can start checking out all your own tokens. You can track everything you've got. You can see your gains every week, all automated, all on chain. You just put your wallet in, boom, it starts tracking everything for you. It tracks how much you've made and lost that week. It tracks all your NFTs. It shows you the best performing APY dApps. That's what they call them, decentralized apps, applications, dApps. It shows you all these apps that are aggregating, pooling all the information together.